Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. We're on a different back channel, at least here. Hey. Different time, but y'all know what time it is. It's the HBCU train, baby, and we pulling off today. We're starting at Shorter College, and Shorter is in Alabama. So let's get into the history of Shorter College. It was founded by the AME Church in 1886. And again, for the education of recently freed slaves to overcome the many disadvantages and deprivations of slavery and racial discrimination. Again, this was probably, let's see, 1886. Oh yeah, this was some time after the Civil War. But anyway, under the leadership of Bishop T.M.D. Ward, the Arkansas Annual Conference of the AME Church, less than 20 years after it was organized, formulated a plan for establishing an institution of higher learning. And so let's see here. It was influenced by the years Nathan Warren, who was the founder of the AME Church in Arkansas, spent in Ohio at the time. Bishop Daniel Payne was president of Wilberforce University. So you're seeing some overlap of influence of HBCUs one to another. And so that's how, Shorter got it started. It opened on September 15, 1886 in the basement of Bethel AME Church on 9th and Broadway. Sorry, Shorter is in Little Rock, Arkansas. I was thinking Shorter, Alabama. Sorry. It's in Arkansas. In Little Rock, Arkansas was named Bethel University. Its first session opened with an enrollment of 109 students. That's phenomenal. In 1888, Bethel University was moved to Arkadelphia, Arkansas, where it opened its fifth academic year on September 23rd, 1891. In 1892, December to be specific, the annual conference renamed the school to Shorter University in honor of Bishop James Alexander Shorter. He was the organizer of the AME Church in Arkansas. In 1894, specifically on May 18th, Shorter University was chartered under its new name. A year later, Shorter acquired land and buildings in North Little Rock, Arkansas. And from September 22nd, 1895 to January 1898, the college maintained operations both in North Little Rock and Arkadelphia. At the end of a 28-month transition, the college established itself at 604 Locust Street in North Little Rock in 1898 and basically closed out their Arkadelphia campus. So that's the origins of Shorter College in Little Rock, Arkansas. Let's get into some of their academics. Let's see. They have the Associate Arts in General Studies, the AA in Church Leadership and Ministry. It's not surprising given their roots of from the AME Church, so that's not surprising there. But we have not seen an AA in Church Leadership and Ministry up to this point. They have an AA in Childhood Development, Criminal Justice, Entrepreneurial Studies, and so check out Shorter College in again Little Rock, Arkansas. Simmons College of Kentucky began a few months after the end of the Civil War in 1865. And this is from the Kentucky State Convention of Colored Baptist Churches. So again, it was for, you're seeing this colored term again, because again, we're talking about the 1800s. And it was for the establishment of Kentucky's first post-secondary educational institute for its colored citizens. In 1879, the state convention purchased 4 acres of land in Louisville to serve as the campus for the Kentucky Normal and Theological Institute. Again, you're seeing that church foundation in HBCUs. And so let's see here. In the period of 1893 to 1922, student registration increased from 159 to over 500. That's phenomenal. The university was renamed Simmons University in 1918 in recognition of Dr. Simmons. Dr. William Simmons was the second president of the university, and it was from just because of his leadership and growth that they renamed the university after him. And so, the university experienced some of their challenges, but they're still here. They were designated as an HBCU by the U.S. Department of Education in, I believe, 2005. So that's Simmons University of Kentucky. Let's get into their academics. I clicked the wrong thing. I said calendar. I clicked on the academic calendar. I meant to click on academic programs. Y'all excuse me. Know what's happening with me today. So Simmons College, it's a liberal arts school, by the way. And so they also have some religious studies. That's not surprising as well. So their Bachelor of Arts degrees, they have business entrepreneurship. We've seen that already before, but I'm glad to see more universities, especially HBCUs, pulling in entrepreneurial programs. And yes, y'all, I'm hungry, so y'all gonna see me enjoy some popcorn today. Cross-cultural communication, have not seen that. So glad to see that because it's desperately needed. We need to know how to communicate across cultures and not just ethnicity. Culture is more than ethnicity. So I'm glad to see that. They have sociology, religious studies, music. Their associate degrees, they have an associate in general studies as well as religious studies. So check them out. There's Simmons College. Yeah. Simmons College of Kentucky. Let me see if I can tell you exactly where in Kentucky. They're in Louisville. Check them out. HBCU in Kentucky. We move on to Southwestern Christian College, founded and sponsored by members of Church of Christ. We have not seen Church of Christ yet, but Southwestern Christian College, founded and sponsored by members of Church of Christ. It's accredited as a 4-year level 2 educational college with a 2-year associate program in liberal arts. The schools began in 1865, and the campus stands the first dwelling erected in Terrell. This home, built by a man named Terrell, was constructed in an octagonal shape to give better protection against Indians. Today, it remains as one of the 20 surviving roundhouses in the entire nation, listed by the Dallas Centennial as a place to visit. Even when it was built, the house was the object of interest as it contained the first glass windows in Kaufman County. So very interesting. In 1948, with some 45 students attending, a small building beginning was made in Fort Worth, Texas, under the name Southern Bible Institute, in which George P. Bowser played a significant role in the effort. And so that's the beginnings of Southwestern Christian College. You can learn a little bit more about them, but they're in Terrell, Texas. And so you already kind of know what their academic programs are, but we're going to get into it. Hey, Italy, I miss you. How's Canada treating you? So some of their programs, they have an AA in Associate of Arts in Bible, English, Foreign Language, History, Humanities, Mathematics, Physical Education, Psychology, Speech. They have an Associate of Science and some of the same programs. They have Religious Studies. They have a Bachelor of Science, again, in some of the same programs of study. So check them out. They are Southwestern Christian College in Terrell, Texas. We move on to Spelman College in Atlanta, Georgia. They're across the street from the house. I told y'all that when I covered Morehouse. So a brief history of Spelman. In 1881, they were founded as Atlanta Baptist Female Seminary by Sophia B. Packard and Harriet E. Giles. The school opened April 11th in the basement of Friendship Baptist Church, where the Reverend Frank Quarles was the pastor. In 1882, 2 more teachers commissioned by the Women's American Baptist Home Mission Society joined Packard and Giles and Basement School. They were introduced to John D. Rockefeller, who pledged $250 to the school in the same year. In 1883, they moved to their current site and opened their model school to train student teachers. Okay, and 1884, the name changed to Spelman Seminary in honor of Mrs. Laura Spelman Rockefeller and her parents Harvey Buell and Lucy Henry Spelman, longtime activists in the anti-slavery movement. And so you can kind of get a feel for Spelman. You can see again some of those roots with not only just the church missionaries, but the Rockefellers were very philanthropic and just invested in just so much when it came to civil rights and education of minorities. Some of the academic programs that Spelman offers, they run the gambit, but it's great to see that they do have study abroad. I will say this, a lot of HBCUs do have study abroad. You just have to ask about it or look into it, but they do have study abroad. I know I was excited to see Tuskegee get involved in study abroad, but they have STEM at Spelman. And so some of their programs is just, yeah, they have African diaspora and world Asian studies. We've seen that probably at one other school: curatorial studies, food studies, health careers, honors programs, social justice. They have STEM. Again, just so many different things. But to get into some of their majors, man, like I said, they run the gambit. They have dance performance and choreography. We have not seen that specifically. Documentary filmmaking, have not seen that specifically. So I really like that. It's really good. They have comparative women's studies. Not surprising. They are a women's school. They are, again, this is a women's school, just like Morehouse is a men's school, just for men. This is just for women at Spelman. They have a major in photography. Have not seen that. What else? Religious studies, Spanish, sociology and anthropology, theater, and performance dance. So love to see what's happening at Spelman. So many different things. I want to get into this program so you guys can know more about. They have a dual engineering program, by the way. So you can get into it, but I want to kind of get into curatorial studies because we have not seen that, and you all might be like, what does that mean? It's art history, and how to basically curate a collection. We ain't seen that. And yeah, I said we ain't seen that. But Spelman got it. When I say it runs the gambit, it runs the gambit. I'm trying to tell you, HBCUs have some great educational opportunities and some things you probably never even thought of. So check out Spelman College. It is in Atlanta, Georgia. The train moves on. We got two more schools, but our train moves on to St. Philip's College. And so let me tell you about St. Philip's College. It is one of the oldest and most diverse community colleges in the nation, and is the only college to be federally designated as both a historically Black college and a Hispanic serving institution. Get into that. Wow. That's amazing. In 1898, James Steptoe Johnson, a bishop of St. Philip's Episcopal Church, we're seeing the church again, of the West Texas Diocese, founded St. Philip's Normal and Industrial School, a school designed to educate and train recently emancipated slaves. Again, 1898. It opened March 1st, and as a weekend sewing class for 6 Black girls taught by Miss Alice G. Cohen, a missionary with the Episcopal Church. During this period, the institution was known as Bowdoin School. And so in 1902, the daughter of a former slave, Artemisia Bowden, joined the school as administrator and teacher. And she served St. Philip's College for 52 years. The school grew from an industrial school for girls into a high school and later a junior college. And the institution was known as Bowden School again. In 1917, the school moved from La Villita to its present location. In 1927, the school became a junior college for the Black community of San Antonio and the area. In 1931, during the Great Depression, the Episcopal Church was unable to continue financial support for the school it founded. So the president of St. Philip's College, Bowden, fought to keep the school afloat. So she frequently used her own money to pay teachers and to keep the doors open. In a fundraising effort, she traveled around the country with a quartet of singing students, soliciting donations for the historically Black college. I mean, amazing. Again, where there's a will, There's a way. It's no excuse. So I just love that. I want to get into, if I can find it, about their programs of study. They have several campuses. They have Alamo Colleges District, Northeast Lakeview College, Northwest Vista College, Palo Alto, and San Antonio. So they have several, like locations. So let's get in. They have workforce training, a whole workforce training network, so you can get into that. But so they have advanced manufacturing and logistics, business and entrepreneurship, creative and communication arts, health and biosciences, public sciences, science and technology. So get into St. Philip's College. They are in a whole network of colleges in the Alamo district, Alamo College districts. But they have AA, the Associate of Arts, Associate of Science, Associate of Applied Science, Associate of Arts in teaching. They have some certificate programs. They have some pre-major transfer programs and continuing education. So again, check them out. A lot of technical education here. They even have something in government, geology, welding, technologist, vocational nursing, early childhood and family studies, drama, vision care technology, surgical technology. So check them out. So yeah, I like the fact that they're the only HBCU designation and Hispanic. So a designation for Hispanics. I think that's fantastic. So check them out. They're in San Antonio. And we finish our ride today at Stillman College, authorized by the General Assembly of the Presbyterian Church of the United States in 1875, held its first classes in 1876, and was chartered as a legal corporation by the state of Alabama in 1895. The name was changed from Tuscaloosa Institute to Stillman Institute. It was a concept initiated by the Reverend Dr. Charles Allen Stillman, pastor of First Presbyterian Church of Tuscaloosa, and they've had their mandate expanded over the years and acquired its present campus tract of over 100 acres. 100 acres. That's what Stillman campus sits on. And you just heard me say it. It's in Tuscaloosa. They're Christian education for a changing world. And so let's get into, they have a lot of accreditation, but they are accredited by SACSOC, the International Accreditation Council for Business Education, IACBE. You've heard ACSB so far, but there are other business program accrediting agencies. So Stillman has a ton of accreditations at this current time. So you don't have to worry about, in a time where a lot of schools are kind of on probation or review for their accreditation. They're not. They have a bunch of them. So they have the School of Arts and Sciences, the School of Business, and the School of Education. They have Arts and Autism. Have not seen that yet. Phenomenal. Special program transcript submission. They have theology certificate program. They have the Stillman Accelerated Management program called STEP at Lawson Elementary and Special Education. They have a special programs application. So check out Stillman College because they're right there in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And that's where our HBCU train ends today. I will see you guys tomorrow. And remember to spread lots of love and light. Ciao.